Alright there folks, welcome to another fishing adventures, and if this is the second or third or fourth one of these little videos that you've seen over the last few days, then that is a massive sign to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already hit it, so get it done now. Right then, so we're talking about FJUKA baits today, and I'm pretty sure you've heard about them, you've heard me talk about them before, but why? What is the hype? Why is everyone going on about them? Personally, I really like them. They're not a bait that I use every single session, and as I've said before, this is a no BS channel and I'm in no way gonna tell you stuff that isn't true, okay? I do carry a bag with these, I do carry a bag of these with me pretty much every session that I go on, but I don't always use them. I don't always need to, depending on how the session's going and stuff like that. But on those rock hard days, or if I'm struggling for bites, or if something just isn't particularly right, I can pop on one of these and I'm pretty much guaranteed a bite, to be fair. A lot of the bad press is people buying packs. They're going to a local fishery, dumping a load in, fishing one over the top, and either not getting bites or they're just not fishing it in that right area. Do you know what I mean? So their instant response is, oh, the beach can't buying any more with that, and then they're all over social media slagging everything off, which is, it's not a good thing to do really, because you're proving that you're not a particularly good angler, and B, that you're just quite pathetic in life really. So anyway, I'm not going to get into that. One demonstration that I am going to do for you though is to actually just drop some in a glass of water. I've got a glass of just plain clear water there, and what I'm going to do is, I've had a packet of opened red ones, just keep them in a sealed tub. What I'm going to do is, into the water, I'm just going to drop a few. Okay, so there you go. They're in there, they're just sat in that glass, and all I'm going to do is just leave it. I'll leave it on there, so it's just in camera shot, so you know that I'm not faffing with it or tampering with it. And I'm just going to leave it for a couple of minutes, okay? So, back to these FJUKA baits. Since they launched, I mean, they originally launched with the 2-in-1s, and they are mouldable. You can change the shape, you can make them look like maggots, you can mash a few together, make it look like a worm, etc, etc. But a video that I did was up on a commercial lake, and I just wanted to have some silvers fun really. So I went up with a pint of casters, a few of them, and I wanted to compare them side by side. So I found two lines that were identical depth, both fishing to a feature, and I fed one with a little bit of ground bait and some FJUKAs, and the other line was purely just casters. And I started fishing. I went on the caster line first. I started getting into a good run of fish. Went onto the FJUKA line, same thing happened, got a good run of fish. Now, you might be thinking, oh, well, why didn't you just deal with casters? And it was because casters will catch anything, won't they, basically? And I wanted to test the FJUKAs against a bait that I knew would catch me fish. Now, this is where it gets interesting, because on the FJUKA line, the stamp of fish that I got were better than they were on the caster line. And just to prove the point, I actually swapped lines over. So I started fishing a FJUKA over the caster line and a caster over the FJUKA line. The caster were producing smaller fish over the FJUKAs. The FJUKA produced the better fish over the casters. So that told me everything that I needed to know. Now, since then, you've had all sorts of different stuff come out. I've got a little pack here. Different neons have come out. They've now got some micros. They've got ones called Fat Boys that are 10 or 11 mil. And they are like basically the same colour as a big giant pellet, and they just look fantastic for fishing on the bomb. So you've got to just think that, yeah, in certain situations, the certain baits are going to work really, really well for you, but they're not by a miracle bait. Do you know what I mean? And the other thing that I've noticed is a lot of people that will be moaning about them won't be priming the swim properly. They'll just dump a load in and then fish over the top, and you don't need to do that. If you're going to try the FJUKAs, you're better off fishing them over a small bed of micros, or kicking your swim off with a little bit of ground bait, fishing the FJUKA over the top, okay? Now, the reason why is because, hopefully it should be able to show you that now. If I just give that a bit of a swish, there, look, you see all that clouding up? That is the colour and the scent coming off those FJUKAs. Okay, now that's been sat on that shelf, okay? I've not touched it, I've not tampered with it. All I've done is pick it up and give it a swirl around, and that is what the bait does in the water. I was hoping to try it in the tank for you to see, but it weren't really picking it up, so I thought if I do it in a glass in a concentrated area, you'll see the benefits better. So that's why I've done it like that. Plus it's absolutely pouring down as well, and I'm not standing out there in the rain. I'm sorry folks, I love you, but not that much. So I wanted to do that little demonstration for you there. Now the reason I've done that as well is because I've used this trick a few times. When I've been going to a venue and I've wanted to try, say, the neons on the hook, on the method feeder and stuff like that, I've actually put in a load of these in some water and diluted them down, and if I leave that overnight, the pellets are still in pellet form, but that water will be bright red, and that is all the sensate and the attractors that are in the pellets in the water. And all I do is tip that on my micros, give them a soak in that. It's an absolutely unbeatable trick, and you could also use that water with your ground bait as well, just to give it that extra boost and that extra kick. Fish your 2-in-1 or your neons over the top, you're going to get bites. It's as simple as that. I've not really got much else to say about them, but I'm going to put the link to that video in the description below so you can go and check it out yourself. In the description below I've also got a discount code as well, so if you wanted to try them out, order it from their website. You've got 10% off with the discount code that is below in the description as well, so make sure you go and check them out. But yeah, apart from that, just give them a go, and if you've used them and you're still a little bit wary or unsure or convinced that they're absolute cack, just give that a go. Dilute some, pop it on your micros or in your ground bait mix, and then just fish a single or double up bait over the top, and you will get fish. I've got no qualms about it. Okay, they will produce bites. You've just got to be patient as well, because you've got to remember it's a brand new company with a brand new concept that's never been seen before. But all bait companies have started somewhere. Your bait techs, your dynamite baits and stuff like that, years and years ago people called them crazy for developing these baits. Look at where they are now in the market, and look at all the other bait companies trying to get a foothold as well. So you know what, but just buy a pack and try them, and get involved on the Facebook group as well. So yeah, I hope that helps clear up a bit of the confusion about the FJUKAs, and I hope to see you on the bank someday. Cheers.